Okay, so you're probably on this video either two things, or maybe even three. I'll talk about the first two and then the third one. The first one is like, Keaton, you're finally back! Said only one guy ever. The second one is that you're actually a pretty big fan of this game, which is Fnaf Tower Defense. And three, you're the creators who really want to see the feedback on their creations. I'm going to tell you right now, you essentially neutered one of your creations. That one being William Afton. It's the one right there that I was standing on. Yeah, that one. Why does he suck, you may ask? Well, let's go over his three main downsides and how William can't do anything about them. Or correction, almost no one can do anything about them. The first, and probably the biggest one, is his cost. He went from costing about $5,000 to max to over $11,000 to max in one update. And keep in mind, he didn't get back his original damage of 32. He only got 28. And I guess they've sort of buffed this with the range, but that only really allows him to get like 2 or 3 more swings in. Buffing his DPS by like very little, actually. Like, why would you use William over like the mechanic? The mechanic is a max level mechanic is guaranteed to do 1200 damage. William will barely be able to do that to any target because he's a single target attacker. And that's why he sucks. If he had any ability to just be able to have like, if he was able to hit like 2 or even 3 units, I feel like it can work. I don't know, but William needs to be buffed in one of two ways. One, being that you actually make him worth that money. You have to incredibly boost up his DPS, and maybe even give him more abilities. Like I don't know, it might be a little more helpful if you give him like an area of effect attack. So when he like swings his knife, it hits like 3 enemies instead of only 1. Because his greatest weakness is that he can't deal with a huge horde. Because all of them are just going to block all the damage. And, well, he just fails. And you're going to be seeing as this game goes on that happens way more often than you think. This game is not very swarmy. But here's the main issue. He just flat out can't deal with any form of swarm. Now, again, this wouldn't be so bad if he was designed to be a boss killer, right? Well, now that he has that $10,000 price tag, I think it's $10,000. Yeah, it is $10,000 for his last upgrade, which is the only one that I can really consider a boss killer. Now you'll only be able to get 3 in a basic match. Probably like 5 or 6 in a medium match, or a weird match. I should probably be saying it. There are only 3 types of game modes: easy mode being toy, normal mode being withered, and then last but not least, nightmare being the quintessential hard mode. Excuse me for burping, but in nightmare mode, that is sort of the only time where he can even shine. That's because you actually have the money to buy him and his stupid cost. And while this doesn't really count anymore, the FNAF World update was also probably where he shined the most, because again, he had the money to deal with it. He could actually do something because you had the money. That's the main issue. William is not like a diet manager or even a diet arcane attendant. He's just pathetic. That's the only word I can legitimately call him, is just pathetic. He has low range, no area effect, no reasonable DPS for his cost and terrible range. I get he's supposed to be a melee unit, but he doesn't do nearly enough to quote that. Especially with that $10,000 price tag he has. You can't even spam him. It would just be better if you just spam night guards or ballers or anything else other than William. And even what I'm doing now, essentially giving him the most amount of help I can humanly give him. Giving him Adventure Freddy and even Phone Guy. And they're still gonna die. In fact, they're gonna die like in 30 seconds. So I hope you all enjoyed this, because I'm about to die. See ya!